He started as a field engineer.
Let's check this router.
He worked hard, learning every day.
Connection is stable now.
But never stop learning.
Welcome to Anand Network Tutorial. Learn routing, switching, SD-WAN, F5, firewall, cloud, and wireless free. Like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram, Anand Network Tutorial.
Meet my mentor, Abhishek Anand, who has trained more than 500 plus students from freshers to working professionals.
I want to tell my entire journey myself. So let's begin.
Hey, hello friend, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this world. I express my warmest greetings. I hope everyone doing well. So today it's not a kind of speech I want to give, it's a tribute, it's a devotion, it's a respect to my mentor, none other than Abhishek sir. When I began my career as a network engineer, I associated with Tulip Telecom. I believe everyone did the engineering. When you pass out from engineering, you don't know which domain, where you are working, which organization you are going to work. I was stepping in the world with, you can say, exciting, unfamiliar. I did my education from electronics and communication branch, but I was never knowing what network engineer mean like. It was during a formative phase that I met with the Abhishek sir as a teacher, a mentor who guided me, stepped in the foundation of my professional journey. And when I started my career with Tulip, prior to Tulip, I was as a trainee in this Tulip. I did my 6-month professional project, you can say, as a courses in my engineering days. We have to do the 6-month. It depends upon university to university, but my university says as a 6-month industrial training you need to do. And I was luckily got an opportunity to work with Tulip, and I did my internship with Tulip. I was knowing what Tulip do, and I was working as a network support engineer. And what support engineer do, I believe right now you're in a real world. I would say everyone should get an opportunity to see what support engineer do and how really hard work and exposure you get from there, because I'm not sure 100% of the network engineer has looked to the router or switches in a real world, but we got an opportunity and we was lucky. But it was so hard job. Everyone needs to, we were working a 24/7 shift, but those days was really fantastic. But to everyone need a growth, what you want to do in your career. I met with a teacher, Abhishek sir. It wasn't a teacher in a traditional sense, I can say. He was a patience guide and technical expert. It was like a good friend to us and constant source of encouragement that, oh, you will do it. You are working with support. You can definitely sometimes challenge to the NOC team. Yeah, provisioning team. So there are some department where you work in network team, you have support team, you have some provisioning teams from service delivery, they are coming. You have some NOC who supports you is a run job. Service delivery to a build part, implementation job is done. NOC team is going to help you for a day-to-day as a BAU run task. So we were part of service delivery, And I was keen to interest how to do what the implementation work. And he explained me the fundamental of networking or how you can help in the practical life, because when you started your career, no any organization will give you opportunity to work in a config terminal mode, right? But we were not knowing how I can develop the scenarios or what the calculation you can do it. So that transformation, his lab, his education, and someone who make us confident to interact with other network engineer. We were in a support part, and when Knox says you, hey, connect this cable, that cable, what provisioning is going in the back, and you don't know what's going on. Yeah, but definitely I start learning with him from 2010. In fact, I was more early student I prefer, and I started like 7 o'clock with Abhishek sir, and we need to run back to the office. My office was based in Tulip. He was in Kalkaji only, and it was a little communication was pretty okay to commute to your institute where Abhishek sir stay, and to narrow place, and it was just like a 10 minutes drive. So yeah, I was able to manage, because if you are working in 24/7 world, you have to get it done, and you cannot give your excuses that I stuck here, I'm educating, I'm teaching, I'm learning, blah blah things. But that influence stay mean I moved to from Tulip support. People was knowing us, but from a support level. So we try to get an interview. So learning with him, and you're getting all those practical knowledge, how develop some artifacts, that how site to site communication work, what VR of MPL. That was really an aggressive world of MPLS. So I interviewed with one company with FortiGate who based a firewall, and then it was a Omnitel. I was third party vendor, but I was working for National Informatics Center. But I need to work for a product as FortiGate. I get a great chance, but it was little traveling job. It was not purely as a network support. You need to travel. You need to rack the stack the devices and get it done for a baseline configuration. Then I was more interested to move to the MPLS world, and I it didn't mean that I moved to other organization, but I stay in connect with my teacher Abhishek sir, and I said, sir, I need to move to a core network team where I can do a provisioning, where I can understand from the scratch concept. The best thing in the implementation team, you have little time to understand, to execute things based on the scenario what customer gives you. So he said a provisioning team would be the great thing for your career, and in troubleshooting, knock, it's a very aggressive timeline. You need to fix that ticket. There are little SLA part. So I cracked my interview with Bharti Airtel. I was in a very great team with an MPLS testing team. And I would say with Abhishek sir education, help us to get those interview cracked, because when the manager asked us, did you worked in a real environment in this router? Because Bharti Airtel as a core company, so I would say I said, yes, I did it work, but I really worked in a GNS world, all right, and a packet tracer world. But because of his help, his confidence, and he make us as a curiosity to learn, and we were disciplined, and the his human being and humanity is the first thing. If you are disciplined, and you can definitely achieve your goal. So he was little strict. Why you skip this class? Why you did not join? Because of his motivational factor, I can say I owe a great deal of my growth to that mentor. And where I am today is just because of God grace, with parents' blessing, with Abhishek sir education, and he really helped us to make us within high spirits, determinations. And then I moved to Airtel. Eventually, I was moving to cold technology because I want to work in a multinational company world, and very much curiosity to go through like British Telecom, Orange, Coal, this kind of company was there, to where you can get a real multinational company exposure. So again, I was stayed connected with Abhishek sir always, and I moved to Cold. Then I thought to move to an, you really have a great experience with an service provider domain. Now, why not to try with an enterprise domain? So I moved to SCL technology. I was hired in an major service integration team. We say as a newly transformation and transition team. It was a great team. I get an exposure to get deploy the devices from scratch, design, implementation, planning, assessment, and get it delivered to an operation or steady state team and a pilot phase. So right now I'm based in SCL America and in Connecticut, and I'm just because of we continue the path which I continue to walk today. It's just because of his mentorship. And thank you very much, Abhishek sir. And I would just give a best wishes to all the student who is studying and associated with Abhishek sir. And wherever you are in this world, stay connected. And best of luck, sir. Stay connected with you, and we need your guidance and support in future also. Thank you very much from core of my heart. Thank you.